Hey folks, welcome back to AAA Farm. James here. Got a little bit of time, but today's game plan is to get this 6 acres back here fenced in with some electric fence so we can let our cows in. We are officially out of hay. They got probably about a week's of hay left in the pasture. So the game plan is to fence in this 6 acres with electric wire. To do that, I'm going to fix the hose on this one, on this tractor, so we can use it to brush hog us a little path around, and also carry the T-post and everything else, because it's still kind of wet out here from all the rain we've been getting. But we made the decision because hay is non-existent in our area right now. The guy I normally call and get hay from in these kind of situations, he's out. He's actually been out for a month too. So what we're going to do is we're going to start fencing in chunks that we can with electric wire. The way my wife's schedule works, we'll have basically 5 days every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We'll be able to let them in here. We don't want to leave them in here when neither one of us is here, but just how her schedule works as a nurse and how my schedule works, I got a normal Monday through Friday job, we'll be able to do that. And that way, if they ever get out, somebody's here, we can get a bucket of feed. These cows will follow you to a volcano with a bucket of feed. So let's get this tractor back running. It's just a little hose. Hopefully it's the right size hose, and get things started. All right, to get to this thing, we just gotta come in, and what size is that? 8mm? Well, ain't getting it with a screwdriver. There we go. I don't know if that's coming across the camera though, but you can see all the dust and rust is falling off of this. Okay, and the other one. Okay, give y'all kind of an idea. Here's the old one, extremely worn out. I had to cut it off. And then here's the new one. Definitely think it's slightly undersized, but as long as I can get it on there, it should work. Kind of give y'all side by side there. As you can tell, it's pretty snug on there. But it did go on pretty easy. So as long as I can get it to go on the other side pretty easy, should be fine. I had to take off this lower radiator arm piece here too. The steel piece. So I'm gonna try to feed this back in there so we can get started. We've got a new hose in there. Let's see if we can get this thing to crank. I'm bringing it over yonder and put some water in it. All right, so no go. I had the battery charger charging while I was doing all this, but just not enough juice in it yet. Gonna leave it going. My wife's done with the Kubota, so I'll use it. She just stuck the guard in with our disc harrow there. So I'm gonna take the disc harrow off. We'll throw the 10-foot land prod on and use it to do everything we need to do. Let me get all that hooked up. All right, got the Kubota, the land prod hooked up. Just gonna do a quick pass so we can start working on fence. Don't know if we're gonna get done today. It is 4:12, so I mean we got a couple hours, but let's get started. Okay, save a little bit of time. Not going to get a whole lot of outside shots. First start up with a 10-foot brush hog this year. There we go. Get our RPMs up. Okay. Let's try third gear. Hopefully we don't hit mud right off the get-go. It's very likely, especially coming through here. And so now just every so often we're going to drop a T-post. No real measurement here. It's not like you're holding a whole lot of weight, and the whole point of this is to use the electric current or the shock from the shocker to keep the cows off of it. The ground's pretty soft, so this shouldn't be too bad today. So now we'll just do that going this way, putting them out every so often. And then when we come run the wire, we'll probably take care of some of this little overhang stuff. Go from there. So what we're going to try is a single strand fence for now. Just because we're running out of daylight, we might come back with some of the aluminum wire on the bottom. But single strand, thinking, where do we want to go? We're going to try 32 inches. I'm going to cheat a little bit. They're splitting the post right here from age. Make it a little bit easier putting this in. So this is like a little end isolator. It has a thread screw on one side. Essentially gives you a way to use wood posts. Okay. Here's the wire. So I saw where people talked about if you're doing a single strand at 26 inches is good. I'm doing mine a little bit higher. I didn't forget how much higher. But I have Charolais. So my cows are significantly bigger than most. We're doing about 32 inches. So about 6 inches higher. Take into account your herd whenever you do this. What I'm gonna do now, I got this metal rod, I got the wire on there just to make it unspool easier. I got a 5-gallon bucket carrying everything I need. So it's gonna take off and start putting the wire up. So this is where one of our gates goes. I just use this. I'm gonna have a pretty wide gate right here, just to save T-posts. But all you do, slide that over the T-post over top, put your cell, and then you spin that down until it locks down on it. Let's see what 32 inches is. since this is where our end's going to be, I'm going to cut out the wire here. Try to get as tight as we can. I'm pretty sure you ain't supposed to wrap up. Huh. You join the free run? Yes, it worked. On this side, go ahead and tie this on. That on. Then we'll continue on until we hit the other end. Just want to show how to do these corners here. So this is some excess fuel line I had hanging around. I took some of that aluminum wire, ran it through the inside of that, and wrapped it to this insulator here. And then my wire is just going to ride in there. So I'm actually already done that side. This is the side I initially started with. All we got left to do is tighten the fence down here and then set up our energizer. There we go. Words. Alright. So what we're gonna do is we'll undo our tie in here. Down for a minute. Get some aluminum wire here. That should be enough. So what we're going to do is take this aluminum wire. This is a fence tightener. We use aluminum wire to secure it to the end here. as tight as we can. And where is my straps? Let's take our vice grips and tighten it on up. Feels pretty tight to me. Okay. And what we'll do is take this little extra bit, tie it down here just to keep it from falling and grounding out the wire. There we go. So all we got left to do is set up the energizer and get all that done. Hey folks, good morning. So it's the next day. We got the fence part of this done. So all I got to do now is I'm going to run a wire from the fence down here to the chicken coop. I'm going to plug the energizer to the chicken coop, and that should hopefully be everything. We'll let the cows out. Got to be pretty quick. It's Easter morning. Happy Easter, y'all. But we got family coming over to eat, so I need to get this done in probably at least an hour so I can go help the wife get everything ready. But first, let's let the chickens out. Hey, chickies. They've been enjoying the crap out of themselves, but the grass being cut, they've been eating a ton of bugs. So, alright. My game plan, fence, y'all can barely see the T-post right there. I'm going to come up this path here, run a wire down, then I'm probably going to put the energizer up here to kind of keep it under the roof. It is waterproof, and we normally just hang it from a T-post when we did this before. But I'm probably going to hang it over here, because I think I'm going to try to use the chicken coop wire as a ground, or part of my ground. But let's get the T-post part of this done. I've got a couple T-posts in the yard here from when we had trees, or attempted to do trees. I'm going to pull those up and use those over here. Alright, so we got our T-post ran. We got our wire just ran at the very top end of it, and still got it spooled up there. Got the energizer hung up. Just got it grounded to the fence here. So if you haven't seen the chicken coop video, there's 2 foot of chicken wire fence coming out this direction, all buried 360 degrees all the way around the chicken coop here. So there's actually a lot more ground there than you would think. I still got a sucker rod that I'm probably also going to use for ground, and I'm just going to drive it down right here. As of right now, we are getting our little light. This is obviously without the fence hooked up. So it's saying that it's good, but I'm going to finish hooking up the fence, and we'll test it to make sure we're getting plenty of juice down there. Go from there. Alright, so we got everything hooked up. It's kind of funny because this thing's running really, really good. So you can hear the little clicking here, and you can see our light. Well, you can't really see our light. But from here I can hear, it's grounded way over there. You can hear a loud pop. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Let's go see where it's grounded. It's grounded on the T-post. So apparently it's strong enough to go through the fuel line. And it's popping right there. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Let me try to get that off of there and go from there. Okay, we got that wire off there. I made sure to wear rubber boots today for this reason. And I used a stick just kind of bend that back. So I'm gonna walk this really quick, make sure we're not having issues anywhere else, and probably let cows in. Walk this section out ready. Just want to show where this is. So it was short in here, and I could hear it from the chicken coop over there. So it kind of shows you how powerful these things can be. Which this charger I think is like 1.2 joules. They got some that are 6 joules that I might potentially upgrade to in the near future, because I'm really liking the idea of electric fence because of cost. But anyway, I'm gonna go grab some stuff and I'll go ahead check that end of it and then let cows in. Back up the Energizer. Yeah, so we got 1.2 joules output and 1.6 joules stored. You can see we got our light back. It's not really coming across the camera, but it is there. One thing I did do is I got this handle here. If you look through here, we actually mow this. So I did that so that my wife could make sure I don't get electrocuted. We could just do this, come through, mow what we're gonna mow, and then we can hang it back up. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and take the sucker rod, hit it into the ground, and also ground using that, just to improve our ground even more, and go from there. So there's, I think, 3 spots I'm gonna add T-post to, just because they're kind of a little low before I let the cows in here. But I did go ahead and walk down here to test it and just give you an idea how hot this is. Let's see. So we are definitely hot. Everything's looking good. The 3 places I'm going to add T-post to are down on this line here. So I'm just going to undo the gate up there to kill the electricity to this half of it. Put those 3 T-posts in, and then we'll let the cows in and hopefully go start helping the wife cook for Easter. Alright, got all T-posts done. Open the gate and let the cows in. They all already came up here to see what I was doing. So, see how one string keeps them in. Not going to lock them in here. They're going to have free range to go in and out. So hopefully they don't knock the wire down. So if they come out, head up to the house to help the wife out and check on them in a minute. Alright folks, the cows finally decided to come in. Just got done having lunch with for Easter with the family and stuff. As you can tell, all this stuff's like chest deep for them, and they are enjoying it and they're eating it up. The only ones that ain't figured it out, which is a steer right there that's going to slaughter in a couple months, and 2 bull calves and a heifer calf. They haven't figured out to go through the gate to get in here, which whatever, not too worried about them. All the older cows and bull, they're enjoying all the tall grass. We had 2 cows get shocked so far, and they both decided they didn't want anything to do with it, and they haven't been by it since. So we just got the 1 strand, because they're only going to be in here today and tomorrow, and then we're going to put them back in the ball bar. What I'm going to do next weekend is run a 2nd strand of the aluminum wire I got, since I already have that and I got everything I need to do it. That'll just give us 2 strands, a little bit more protection, so we can leave them in here. I think the game plan is probably going to end up rotationally grazing these guys. I'm going to finish this one up. I'm going to split the 20-acre pasture into 3 paddocks, and then we're going to fence in this area and this area together, and then another area back there. So essentially this is going to be about 8 acres. I'm going to actually fence in going around the house here, so this will end up being 12, and then there's going to be another 8 acres back there roughly, and then we have the 20 acres divided into the 3 little subplots. And that way we're going to rotationally graze. So we'll put them in the ball bar fence in one of the paddocks to say paddock 1, and then when we're off in here we'll put them in, say, this one, and then whenever we go back to work we'll put them in paddock 2, and then when we're off we'll put them in this one, and then when we go back, paddock 3, and then over, and so forth. Should get us about 5 weeks of rest in the pasture, 4 or 5 weeks, something like that, a rest of the pasture before they get back on it, which should help a lot. So pretty excited. This stuff, like I said, is super cheap. I can probably do a whole pasture area, say like this 8 acres over here, for roughly $200 maybe, if even that. And then I'll finish this one for free because I already got everything big. Because like I said, this used to be an electric fence until I took it all down, getting ready to do barbed wire, but that financially did not happen. Anyway, hope y'all enjoy this. It's kind of nice to actually do a little bit of farming on the farming channel. So we're gonna keep an eye on the cows. Hopefully everything turns out pretty good. And I'll see y'all next time. Hope y'all liked the video. Talk to y'all later.